this video, I'm going to be breaking down the strategy for ad creatives. What was the content machine I created that produced me $3.5 million in sales for one store? But actually now I've done over $4 million in sales, and we've got 2 brands that are scaling currently. This brand I'm talking about, I exited for a massive cash amount. So I actually built and sold this business. This content machine was part of that because we built a team and hired enough people to which we were constantly producing content, which is how you outcompete the competition, and it's how you scale Facebook especially. And Facebook is the key driver for most big e-commerce brands. It's the best advertising platform alongside with Google. TikTok is still good, but less consistent, up and down, and you're not going to be able to rely on it, and it could be getting banned in the USA. So Facebook is number 1, also Google. I'm going to be showing you like a flow diagram of how this content was produced consistently, right? I'm talking about the hires and the procedures we go through to consistently test, analyze, and then scale. So this is how we produce our best months of like consistent 400K months with massive profit margins, not just 400K months with low profit margins, massive profit margins, producing like insane profits. I appreciate it if you would like and comment on this video, because this is 8 years of e-commerce experience coming to you for free. I really appreciate it. The fact people watch these videos as well is pretty cool. There's some good comments as well, which I really appreciate. Obviously, we've got a group as well. We coach people. We've got people doing over 100K months. The biggest question people say is, how do I make ads? What's the process? Like, what's the process of creating content? Because creatives are the biggest driver when you're scaling brands. Because a lot of people think, oh, like, what's the best Facebook ad strategy? But realistically, you need to be testing creatives. How many creatives can you make? And what's your creative testing strategy? Are you actually analyzing the data of the creatives? That is what it's based on now, because especially Facebook, most of the targeting is broad. So it's all to do with your creatives. So like I said, this is the biggest problem that people face. This is more higher level. So this is when your brand and company is established, but this process will be exactly the same as what you need to do, but you'll be on your own rather than hiring people. So the document I'm going to be showing, it's got the process and the hires you need to make to consistently produce this content. Let's get into it. No one has actually seen this before, because I was basically creating like a private networking course for like people doing over 100K a month to basically scale to like $500,000 a month. That's what I was doing all these documents for. We never actually ended up releasing it. So here you are having it for free. Basically, let's get into it. So up here on the top is the process of basically ads. If you want to take a screenshot of it, probably do. So this is how you create the ads, test the ads, analyze the ads, and basically the process of that, of like how you continuously make profit. These little tabs here is who's hired. But yeah, you got 1, 2, 4, and 1, 1. So I'll double check where 3 is meant to be, but it should be somewhere. But these are like the roles. So what roles do you need to produce content? Again, like I said, this is when the business is established, but this is exactly the same as what you need to do if it's just you starting on your own. So what are the roles involved with making ads? Content strategy, content management, editing, filming, UGC creators, creative analysis, creative variants, media buyer. That is literally the whole creative process. One of the most important skills, right, is content strategy. So this is called like a creative strategist role. They're very highly sought after. So if you were sick at creative strategists, you could probably get a 5 to 10K a month salary job with some of the big 8-figure brands. So like, let's say you're like, fuck this, I want to work for someone. A creative strategist role is a good role in an e-com brand because you're the driving force of revenue. So like myself, if I was like, fuck this, I don't want to be an entrepreneur anymore, I just want to get a job, I could be like, all right, I'm pretty good at creative strategy, because that was like my role in my business when I scaled the dropshipping brand and exited it, which is what I built the company around. So I hired everywhere else, and me personally, I did creative strategy. So what does a content strategist do? So when people are asking the question is, how do I make ads? A funny question. Mostly you're probably thinking like, how do I edit it? Blah, blah. Forget about the editing. You need to get that idea of what ads you need to make first. The making the ads is the easy part. The strategist is the most important, because if the ad's bad, it doesn't even matter if you've made it or not. It's going to perform bad. Why are you making these ads, and what is the ad that you want to make? So generally there's 2 ways of creative strategists. So when you're brand new testing, it's like, all right, what is working on the market? How can we recreate this? Let's break that down again. There's 2 types of creative strategy. When you're first launching and you've got no ads working, and when you're optimizing when you've got ads working and you want to scale. Content strategy when you're first starting is about, okay, what's our product? What's our brand? What's our offer? What's our marketing angles? This is how you create ads, because I'm actually doing this for one of my brands now, and we've just become profitable on some of our campaigns. And again, so I've just been doing this procedure for creating content strategy for a starting brand to get it profitable. And what was the process of that? Looking at the competitors who are making money, doing what they are doing, but recreating it in a way where it's it's our own with our own marketing angles. So let's say you're in the beauty niche and you're selling a face brush. I don't know. I'm not into girl stuff. I don't know if a face brush is a thing. Let's say you're selling a face brush and all of their marketing angles are get rid of acne. And all of their marketing angles are creating smooth skin or like cleaning the skin with like a makeup brush or a cleaning brush. You would be like, right, these guys are making money, but we're going to recreate the ads. And what we're going to do different is we're going to say, this is not only going to improve your skin, but it will help your acne. It could get rid of your tired eye bags. We're doing what they're doing with a different marketing angle or different video structure. All right, there's actually so much we can get into about ads, like the components of ads and like everything else as well. This is the process of how we're making them. But like I said, it's a lot of thinking. Sometimes when I'd be working, like I'd be legit be working 2 hours a day with this old business when I was printing 10K days. Half of the time I'm not working, but I'm thinking, how are we going to make more money? What ads are we going to do? What strategy do we want to perform? You need to think about this stuff. And that's what creative strategy is. Thinking what ads to make and why. When you see an ad of a competitor, you need to reverse engineer that. Okay, how does he film that? Oh, it's filmed on iPhone. Oh, he's filmed that on a professional camera. Okay, is it an edited B-roll lifestyle? Is it UGC? Is it like a testimonial? How are they editing these? What's the song? There's like 3 components of an ad. You got the video structure is like, what videos are they using basically? The song, and then the copy and offer. So like what text and offer, or what are they talking about in the video? So there's 3 components. So when you're analyzing the competitors' ads, look at those components, right? Usually what I do is I'll create a Google doc sheet and I'll get all the list of competitors' ads and I'll basically input all their winning ads and I'll break them down. Why are they performing and why are they running them? I've reviewed all the competitors' ads. Then I'll do another Google doc thinking, right, these are the scripts of what we want to do. So I will take all the scripts of the competitors' ads, sort of rewire them to make it our marketing angle, our offer, our own branding, and literally produce it that way. Because the number one thing when you're first starting is profit and cash flow. So that's what we want to work on immediately when we're just starting. Creative strategy section 2. So what is the other part of creative strategy? It's basically optimization. So let's say we're doing 100K a month and we want to get to 500K a month or 400K a month, which we did. What was the process of that? I need to strategize how I'm going to make this content, but we need to analyze our ads that are already existing. I backtracked 90 days, half a year. What is working and why? And the ads that were performing the best, we doubled down on them, made loads of variants of the ads that performing the best. Going back to the components of video structure, song, text, and offer. And we would make variants in each of those components to switch them up. That is the second part of creative strategist, as well as creating brand new content. How do we make the content consistently and always have ads? Because the brands that are making the most money, they're always testing new ads, not just a few. So like this new brand I've launched, we've got another 50 ads that I'm going to launch next week to test over the space of 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously test them slowly, but that's going to outcompete anyone who's testing 5 ads over the space of 2 months. Let's get into the process. So number 1, choose content type. So we've strategized the ads we want to make. So what ads do we want to make and why? So we've got video shoots, UGC, image ads. These are the types of ads we want to make, and this is how we're going to make them. This is the process of making them. If you're starting off, you're going to be all of these roles, maybe except for editing, okay, or filming. But me, I'm number 1. So I was creative strategist and content manager. So I was managing all the content and like analyzing it as well in the Facebook ad account. I wasn't the media buyer, but I was analyzing the accounts and creating content off that because I do Facebook media buying as well. Let's say we wanted to make a video ad, organize it. What do we have to organize? Again, no one talks about this on YouTube, but it's the processes of how you do things that no one talks about, which is actually really important because everything else you can learn for free. If you want to learn how to edit a video ad or like a video, you can YouTube that, right? I'm talking about the processes so you know what to do. Step 1, you need to organize making this content for the video ads. So that is location, product, video style, models if needed, or like UGC creators, okay? That needs to be organized. That's how you make an ad. Just organization. Number 2, it needs to be filmed, it needs to be edited. So if you're in the starting position, let's say you're ordering a fashion product, you're ordering a hoodie that you want to edit. The best way I would do is find a location, order the product, decide on the video style. So it could be like a B-roll edit. Get a model. Obviously, if you're a low budget, get your friend to model, get someone you know to model, and you would film this yourself on an iPhone. iPhones are very good right now. Some of our best performing ads are filmed on iPhones, believe it or not. You can barely tell the difference if you've got a good editor. Film the product yourself to start with if you've got no budget. But what I would suggest is get someone else to edit. You don't want to be editing yourself. So I see these video ad tutorials online blowing up on how to edit ads. Mate, you can get a good editor for $20. That will make a massive difference. You don't want to be wasting time on how to edit ads. Obviously, if you haven't got the budget, yes, but you will save more time and money in the long run getting someone to edit it yourself. I'll go over the hires. I'll go over the hires now. So I was doing all this. Number 2, I would pay someone to film it and edit it. So they would do both the roles for this brand. Let's talk it as if it was fashion. It wasn't fashion, but let's talk talk as if the products were fashion, okay? We would find a location shoot, pay for the location, or just do it outside, wherever it needs to be. We would get the products and we'll get a few models to do it. And the video style could be B-roll. We'd then pay the videographer to film it and edit it. It's better if they do both, film it and edit, because they know what's going on. Just an editor is okay as well. The next process is basically test ads. So we want to test the ads on Facebook and TikTok, which the media buyer will be doing. So that is number 4. And back to ad analysis. So how do you analyze the ads? Track and review key data points. Use native tracking systems like Triple Whale. So basically you want to be using Facebook data plus Triple Whale is a good one. You want to be shortlisting these ads over time, and all the ads that are performing well, you want to be creating ad variants. So re-edit/film, create variants from review. It's super simple. This is the process. So what would we want to do if we want to create image ads? If we want to create image ads, organize location, product, style, photo shoot, models if needed. Obviously, if you're just taking content off the internet and you want to edit yourself, that's also okay. Again, what's the process? Shoot and edit. How can you edit images? Canva, Photoshop. It goes back to creative strategy, which is the most important thing. How are the competitors running ads? What is the process of creating UGC content? Okay, we know what content we want to do because we're doing creative strategy. Then we organize it. We find the location, product, UGC model, UGC script. So we basically send the UGC models scripts. Super simple. Also with UGC creators, tend to what I do, this is super important, always pronounce to the UGC creators you want a long-term business relationship. So then what you can do is like, look, I want to pay you only $200 for 8 UGC videos or something like that. Then what you're going to want to do is like, look, we'll do them cheap now. If they perform well, we'll be looking after for a long-term business relationship. When I was scaling this company, we had 5 UGC creators that were with our team for the whole 3 years. We really didn't need any more than that for paid ads. They were so good because some UGC creators are so bad. Once you found 2 to 3 creators that are so good, just use them for the brand. They can be the face of your brand and you can build a full company based on these 3 people. You don't need to keep sending them to new UGC creators unless you're doing influencer marketing, okay, obviously. But for paid ads, if they're good at talking, they're good at creating videos, you might as well keep them. And it builds a relationship with them. It's super easy. You'd be like, yo, we got a new product in, we'll send it to you, done. You know what to do. Nothing else to do. Does that make sense? So what is the process? Organize content, film it, edit it, test the ads, analyze the ads, create new variants. When you create new variants, obviously send it back to the editor. How does this operation all work? This operation works because of key roles. Number 1 is all content strategy and content management. So if you're doing that yourself, you need to get that all done, which is deciding what ads to make based off competitors or based off market research or based off an idea in your head. You create the content strategy where you can use a Google Doc and you put everything out in a line. This is what I want to film. This is how I'm going to film it. This is the script and text we're going to put on the video. Then you put it into placement of organization. You get someone to film it. You get someone to edit it. Where can you find editors? Upwork, Fiverr, Twitter. You need to find a good editor. With all my businesses now, ecom, YouTube, everything I do, everything is based on content. If you want to do an ecom brand, it's all content based. So find a good editor. Again, personally, don't waste your time learning how to edit. Just get a good editor. The only thing I did do is I edited my own images because Canva, Photoshop is pretty easy for me, but I don't want to waste time making edits because I'm the content strategist and content management. I want to be like, right, I want to make 50 ads. I've got 2 photo shoots done and I want 50 ads out of that. That's 2 days of work. I don't want to do that myself doing 2 days of work. Send that to someone else who can bash it out in 1 day and make it 10 times better. Going to pay off way better. Once you got the edits, again, test, analyze, create variants. This is the process of creating new ads. Number 1, content strategy and management does all this. Creative analysis, creative variants. Editing and filming is another role. UGC creators obviously is a role on their own. And then number 4 is a media buyer. So when we were doing the 400K months, the media buyer was a massive role. So that is getting someone to manage your Facebook ads. When you are doing the business yourself and starting off 0 to 30K, do the Facebook ads yourself. Very important. You need to understand the game. Once you're doing 30K minimum plus per month, I would say then you can hire a Facebook media buyer at a good rate. You don't want to be spending too much, but a Facebook media buyer can make a massive difference. Right, guys. So this was a video I whipped out last minute, but this is like the process I did and created for myself that I used in my head anyway. If you like what I talk about, the processes, long-term branded dropshipping, you can book a call below and work with our team. We also have a Discord with all of our resources available. Peace and love.